My name's Kyle Carruthers, assistant baseball coach, Arizona Western College, and today we're going to go over the exercise that we use for our workout program. Typically we do our workout program Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We'll do a combination of core, upper body, and legs, usually core with legs and then core with upper body. Each one's done twice a week. So these are the main exercises that we use, and it'll give you an idea of what you need to do to prepare yourself to come in with us in the fall. And we're going to go ahead and start with baby squats right here. Our subject here, Aaron, is going to go ahead and have his knees together. He's going to go ahead and bring his butt all the way down, and he's going to have his heels on the ground, all right? And what he's going to work to do is he's going to work to go ahead and do this without holding on, all right? It's a stretch for his lower back, his knees, and his ankles. And Aaron's just going to hold this for about 30 seconds. All right, this exercise is going to be the quad bench stretch, okay? Aaron's going to go ahead and put his knee as far back here on the bench as he can, all right? Then he's going to go ahead and tuck his pelvis, which we'll go over a little bit more here coming up. And then he's going to go ahead and get a stretch here in the upper quad, okay? Aaron's going to hold this stretch for about 25 seconds, and he'll do this 3 times. So 3 times for 25 seconds. To intensify the stretch, he's just going to go ahead and raise the bench, and then go ahead and tuck his pelvis more. All right, this exercise is going to be the dead bugs on the foam roller. This is probably our main ab exercise that we do. It involves Aaron being on a foam roller, this blue cylindrical thing that you see here. He's going to go ahead and have his low back planted firmly against the foam roller. He's going to go ahead and inflate his stomach here, and he's going to tuck his pelvis, and that tuck is going to be performed when he has his low back up against the foam roller. Okay? Now as he begins, he's going to go opposite arm, opposite leg, and he's going to go ahead and maintain that solid ab position here. He's going to inflate his stomach, and he'll perform 3 sets of 15 reps on each side, so 30 total, 3 sets. All right, this exercise Aaron's doing right here is called a plank. All right, what Aaron's going to do here is he's going to put both elbows and both toes on the ground. He's going to have 4 points of contact, and he's going to have his pelvis tuck. Now what you can see from Aaron is it's going to be a nice flat area. That's why it's called a plank. Now if Aaron were to do it wrong, he would arch his back here, okay, and sag in the middle. So what Aaron wants to do is he wants to keep this nice flat position, tucked pelvis, and he's going to hold this for 1 minute. We'll do typically 3 sets of 1 minute. Okay? Now as Aaron transitions into side planks, he's going to go to one elbow. He'll do both sides. He wants to maintain that same pelvis tuck here that he had on his plank. If he does it wrong, he's going to throw his hips forward, okay? And you also want to make sure that you maintain this distance between the floor and your side here. If you start to sag in the middle, that would be incorrect. So he wants to keep that nice firm angle, and he'll hold this for 45 seconds. And we'll do 3 sets of 45 seconds for that. This is going to be medicine ball front toss. What Aaron's going to go ahead and do is he's going to start with the ball on his right hip. He's going to be sunk into his legs here, and he's going to go ahead and twist his upper body while maintaining his hips facing his partner. Okay? Then as Aaron starts to throw the ball, he's going to catch, he's going to sink into those legs, and then go ahead and twist his upper body. Aaron's going to go ahead and do 3 sets of 12 reps with his partner on each side. All right, this exercise is going to be the medicine ball side toss with lunge. So Aaron's going to go ahead and bring his back knee as close to the ground as he can. He's going to have 90-degree angle between his knee and his ankle and his hip. And what Aaron's going to do is he's going to go ahead and twist his upper body while maintaining that lunge position, throw it to his partner, then go ahead and catch, maintaining that position, and using that upper body rotation. Now both partners, when they perform this exercise, should have their inside knee forward. So Aaron's left knee is going to be forward, his partner's right knee would then be forward. They'd be facing the same direction. All right, this is the ball plank exercise. It's a modification to the regular plank. You'll be on one of these physio balls here. Aaron's going to do the same thing that he did for a regular plank. He's going to have the elbows now on the ball instead of on the floor. Toes are still going to be on the ground for 4 points of contact. He's going to maintain his tuck through his pelvis. He's not going to sag through the middle, which would be wrong. And he's going to hold this for 45 seconds, trying to push out those stomach muscles. All right, this exercise is going to be Bosu Abs. Aaron's going to go ahead and have his hips as close to the floor as he can. He's going to be rounded over the curve of the ball, which is like a half ball here, and Aaron's going to put his arms straight up from his shoulders. To perform the exercise, he's going to take his arms straight up. His partner's going to go ahead and have his arm up for a guide for him to aim at. He's going to try not to crunch his body forward. Okay, it's real easy on this exercise to come and do this instead of going just straight up. So Aaron's going to try to do straight up, and he's going to go ahead and perform 3 sets of 25 repetitions. This exercise is Russian twists. Aaron's going to have his behind on the ground here, his knees together, and his legs not crossed. He's going to go ahead and take this medicine ball, and he's going to go ahead and touch the floor, trying to maintain his knee position. He's going to go back and forth from side to side. With his back, he's going to try to keep a neutral pelvis, so not arched. He's going to try to tuck, but it's going to be difficult in this exercise. And he's going to go ahead and do 3 sets of 25 reps on each side, trying to keep his knees as still as possible, just rotating his upper body. Okay, Aaron's going to go ahead and do an ab rollout right here. He's going to get his knees on the ground with his top of his feet on the mat. He's going to go ahead and have this bar about shoulder width apart. He's going to roll it out as far as he can while maintaining that tuck that we've worked on. And then he'll pull back up. This is probably one of the harder ab exercises that we do. And you really want to make sure that you maintain that core position and not arch your back. Aaron's doing a really nice job here of keeping that tuck as he goes out. We'll go ahead and do 3 sets of 12 repetitions. This exercise is going to be throwdowns. It's going to be performed with a partner. Aaron's going to go ahead and grab the partner's ankles. He'll bring his legs up. The partner will throw his legs forcefully down. You can do 3 sets of 25 repetitions. You can also mix in throwing the legs to the side to use those oblique muscles. Very difficult exercise. All right, Aaron's got the cable chop with lunge set up here. Okay, this is probably the most baseball-specific exercise that we do for our abs. So what Aaron's going to do is he's going to go ahead and grab this rope here. He's going to be in a lunge position. It's kind of a 2-part movement. So he's going to be in that nice tucked position, pushing his stomach out, and he's going to bring the weight across his body, and then he's going to push it through. So he'll bring it across and through. It should be one motion as much as it can be, but it tends to kind of turn into a 2-part movement. It's always important to remember that the outside knee, the knee farthest away from the cable, is the one that's forward. A lot of times athletes want to go the opposite way. Okay, so it's very important that you do that. You should feel this exercise in your obliques. Aaron's going to go ahead and do 3 sets of 12 repetitions on both sides. It's very important that you do both sides here. Okay, Aaron's going to go ahead and do a power shrug here. It's the first step in our hang clean progression. Hang clean and power shrugs are a very explosive movement that we use for explosive athletes. So Aaron's going to go ahead and start and have his feet shoulder width apart. He's going to have his shoulders over the bar. You can kind of see his shoulders over the bar here. He's going to have a nice neutral position. He probably won't be tucked here. He'll just be in a nice neutral position. And as Aaron initiates the exercise, he's going to bring the weight down quickly, and then he's going to go ahead and shrug up forcefully, pushing through his heels, making sure to keep the bar right against his body. So Aaron will go ahead and show you a couple more here in fast motion. This is a fast exercise done explosively. So the counter movement should be done quickly, followed by the upward movement. Aaron will do 3 sets of usually 6 to 8 repetitions for this exercise. All right, this is going to be the high pull exercise. It's the second step of the hang clean progression. Aaron's going to have the same position that he had for the power shrug, feet shoulder width apart. The only thing that's going to be different now, instead of stopping at the shrug, he's going to go ahead and pull the bar up higher, being mindful to keep the bar up against his body, and his elbows are going to flare out at a 90-degree angle. He's still going to do the same counter movement, and he's going to perform the exercise very explosively. He'll perform 3 sets of 6 to 8 repetitions, trying to pull the weight all the way up as high as he can. Aaron's going to go ahead and do the hang clean. It's the third step and final step of the hang clean progression. He's going to have his feet shoulder width apart as he did before. In a nice neutral position, the bar will be just outside his hips. In this exercise, he's going to go ahead and do the counter movement as he did with the power shrug and the high pull, and then he's going to explode to the top, okay? Being ever mindful to keep the bar up tightly against his body. As he catches, he's going to catch with his elbows up in this 90-degree position. The bar should rest on his collarbone area. He'll go ahead and perform 3 sets of 6 to 8 repetitions. All right, Aaron's going to go ahead and do a squat here, probably the most important leg exercise that we do. He's going to have his feet a little bit wider than shoulder width. He can flare them out a little bit if he wants to. He's going to go ahead and have the bar resting on his traps here. Some guys like to have it a little bit higher, some guys like it a little bit lower, but this is a fine position here. Now what we do at Arizona Western that's a little bit different than a lot of places is we're going to go as low as we can go. A lot of places will stop at 90 degrees, but I'm going to teach you guys to go as low as you can go. So in this situation, Aaron's going to go ahead and go down. He's going to try to keep his knees over his ankles, keep his hips as far back as he can. He's going to have that nice neutral pelvis. I don't know that we can tuck here, but get that nice neutral pelvis. We'll tuck at the bottom a little bit and try to make sure that his heels are on the ground. The rep scheme will vary on this, but we'll start usually with 12 reps and work our way down to 6, 4, and 6 over time. So just pay attention to the workout program. All right, Aaron's going to go ahead and do a front squat. This is another one of our really important leg exercises. It's going to be set up similar to the squat in that you're going to have your feet shoulder width apart, slightly more, and flared out slightly. Aaron's going to go ahead and have the bar in front. That's the difference. It's going to be resting on his clavicle. If we can, we want to have our arms in that front position here, our hands like this, as opposed to across, although you can do it either way. And then we're going to go ahead and do the same thing we do with squats, going all the way down, trying to keep the knees above the ankles and trying to go as low as we can go. The nice thing about the front squat here is that as he goes down, he's going to keep a nice tucked position, and that pelvis is going to stay a lot more stable than we do with squats. So that's why we do that exercise. And then Aaron, if you want to show the other hand position. This is the alternate hand position. If you lack wrist flexibility, you'll grab the bar across your chest here, resting it on your collarbone, and then go ahead and squat down. We'll go ahead and perform 3 sets of 6 to 12 repetitions, depending on the day. All right, what Aaron's going to be doing here is a walking lunge. He's going to go ahead and step forward, taking a nice long step. He's going to go ahead and make sure his heel's on the ground. He's going to have his pelvis tucked, which we'll show you shortly here. And he's going to bring his opposite knee down to the ground without touching the ground, as close to the ground as he can without touching. He wants to make sure he's taking that long step, as I mentioned, so that his knee doesn't go over his toe. His knee should be right over his ankle, as it has been on all of our leg exercises so far. And then from the side, as Aaron comes down, you can see as he steps down what it'll look like. Back knee will be approaching the ground without touching. He'll be in a nice neutral tuck position here, and the knee will be right over the ankle. He'll do 3 sets of 12 repetitions on each side, using as heavy a dumbbells as he can. All right, this is going to be a dumbbell side lunge. Aaron's going to start with his feet shoulder width apart. He's going to hold the dumbbell in front of him. He's going to go ahead and go to the side here, step out to the side. Now what Aaron wants to do is he wants to maintain his knee over his ankle. He's going to sink down using his glutes, and then he's going to return to the starting position. Aaron's going to go ahead and keep his heel down and that nice tucked pelvis position. Okay, and from the side you can see as Aaron comes out here, he wants to maintain this nice tuck position. He's not going to arch his back as he goes down. This would be incorrect. He wants to go ahead and keep that nice tuck position with his knee over his ankle. He'll do 3 sets of 12 repetitions on each side. All right, Aaron's going to be performing the star lunge here. It's a modification to our regular walking lunge. He's going to stand in place, and then he's going to go ahead and do 5 different lunges. He's going to go ahead and step forward, 45 degrees. He'll perform a side lunge, then 45 degrees in reverse, turning his knee in, and then straight back. Now to do a set for this, you're going to go 3 reps in each spot on each leg. So that's going to be a total of 30 reps, 15 on each leg for 3 sets. All right, this exercise is going to be the single leg Romanian deadlift. We call it single leg RDL. Aaron's going to go ahead and stand on his left leg here. He's going to be holding the dumbbell in his right. He's going to go ahead and bend at the waist, maintaining that nice tuck position. He's going to approach the floor, trying to slightly touch it, and then he'll come back to a standing position. He'll maintain a slight bend in his left leg, the leg that's on the ground. And he's going to try to keep his back nice and flat. Aaron doesn't want to go ahead and turn his body this way. This would be wrong. This would be right. Okay, he's going to be nice and flat. He's going to maintain that flat back position and do 3 sets of 12 repetitions. Aaron's going to be doing a cable RDL. It's a modification on the dumbbell RDL that we did earlier, a Romanian deadlift. Aaron's going to go ahead and have his left leg on the ground. He's going to have the cable set all the way to the bottom. It's going to be in the lowest setting. He's going to hold it in that right hand. The form's going to be basically the same as for the dumbbell RDL. So Aaron's going to go ahead and bend down, keeping a nice flat back and nice tucked pelvis. He's not going to be arched, which would be incorrect. And then as he pulls up, he's going to maintain that nice tuck and come all the way up to his standing position. He'll go ahead and do 3 sets of 12 repetitions on each side, trying to maintain as flat a back as he can and not twisting. Aaron's going to go ahead and do a step up with a thoracic rotation. He's going to grab a medicine ball. He's going to step up. Now he's going to, as he steps up, he wants to be mindful to keep his knee from moving side to side. And as he goes into that top position, he's going to lift his opposite knee. And when he does that, he's going to go ahead and rotate his body towards the knee that's up, in this case, the right knee. And then he's going to step back to the starting point. He'll go ahead and do 3 sets of 12 repetitions, being mindful to keep his hips facing straight ahead and rotating his torso around that, so rotating his shoulders. This exercise is a step down. Think of it as a single leg reverse squat. What Aaron wants to do here is he wants to go ahead and maintain his knee over his ankle. He's going to try to keep his neutral pelvis as he can. It may be difficult to keep that tucked position, but he's going to do as much as he can. He's going to try to keep his knee straight ahead and not let it collapse in. And then he's going to slightly touch the opposite leg to the floor. That's going to end the repetition. Aaron's going to go ahead and do 3 sets of 12 repetitions on each side. Try to maintain that position. All right, for this exercise, Aaron's going to be using a TRX. It's this yellow piece of equipment. You actually attach it to a pull-up rack or some kind of freestanding rack here. The advantage of this TRX is you can get help from the actual rope itself here. So what Aaron's going to do for this exercise is called the TRX Single Leg Squat. Aaron's going to be on one leg. He's going to try to keep his knee right over his ankle. He's going to do all the things that we talk about, keeping that nice tucked back position. And he wants to make sure that he uses his glute here. So by tucking and then pushing through his left heel, he's going to be able to use that glute musculature over his quad. So we really want to make sure we're using those glutes. He'll go ahead and do 3 sets of 12 repetitions and use as much arms as he needs to perform the exercise correctly. All right, Aaron's going to be doing the T-band walk. He's going to start with the resistance around his ankles. This happens to be a band that we have here. You want to have a band around both ankles that provides some resistance. Aaron's going to go ahead and start with his feet shoulder width apart. He's going to step out to the side, taking a decent sized step, being careful to make sure that he maintains his pelvis tucked, and then go ahead and step out. He kind of wants to sink into that step a little bit. This is going to work the gluteus medius, muscle on the side of your glute. And Aaron's going to go ahead and do 3 sets of 12 repetitions and then go ahead and go the other way for 3 sets of 12 repetitions. Now, when he steps out from this angle, you can see that nice tuck position here. He doesn't want to be arched like that. All right, Aaron's going to be doing the single leg ball curl here. He's going to go ahead and bring his hips up off the ground. He's going to have his left heel on the ball. He's going to keep a nice flat body position with a nice tucked pelvis. Aaron's going to go ahead and pull that heel towards his butt and maintain that core position. It's going to work his hamstring here. Now, to make this exercise harder, Aaron can bring his hands off the ground and just have his elbows touching the ground, and then an even more advanced position would be to bring his arms off the ground. This is a very difficult position. He'll go ahead and do 3 sets of 12 repetitions on each side. This exercise is going to be the Bulgarian split squat. Aaron's going to go ahead and have his back leg up on the bench. His forward leg is going to be out as far as he can so that when he goes down, the knee's going to maintain that over the ankle position. And then to perform the exercise, he's going to bring the leg that's up on the bench, the right leg in this case, down to the floor without touching it. He'll go ahead and do 3 sets of 12 repetitions. Try to maintain that nice lower back position there. All right, Aaron's going to go ahead and start off with a dumbbell bench press on the ball here. Okay, the reason we use the ball, it's an unstable surface. He has to use more core activation here. He's going to have to push his stomach out and keep that nice pelvic tuck that we've been working on all of our exercises. Aaron's going to go ahead and have the ball underneath his shoulders. He's going to be pushing his stomach out, and he's going to have his heels on the ground pushing through his legs. He's going to go ahead and push both arms up, 2 arms at a time. Take it all the way down. Maintain that nice solid core position. And go ahead and perform 3 sets of 12 repetitions. All right, this is going to be dumbbell bench press on the ball. It's going to be a little bit different than the normal version. It's going to be with alternating, so he's going to do one arm at a time. Now the important thing with this one is he's going to keep both arms up to start, and then as he takes the one down, the other arm will stay up. The reason for that is he's going to put more emphasis on the core and provide a little bit of rotation, which is important for baseball players. He's going to also maintain his heels through the ground and that nice solid core position. He's going to perform 3 sets of 12 repetitions on each side for a total of 24. All right, this is going to be a push-up. It's probably one of our base exercises that we do. It's a great exercise for baseball players. Aaron's going to go ahead and start with hands on the ground as well as feet, so he's going to have 4 points of contact. Okay? A lot of guys perform push-ups wrong because they sag in the middle and they don't maintain that proper core position. Aaron's in a nice flat position here with a nice pelvic tuck, and his arms are going to be down and his feet are going to be down. Then as he goes into the exercise, he's going to go ahead and bring his chest down, maintaining that flat position, not sagging his body, and he'll go ahead and perform anywhere from 12 to 25 repetitions depending on the workout. This is going to be medicine ball push-ups. This is going to be a more difficult form of a regular push-up or even a ball push-up. Aaron's going to start with one hand on the ground, one hand on a medicine ball, and then 2 points of contact at his feet. He's going to have a nice flat position here with his body, as always with the push-up, with a tucked pelvis. Okay, now as Aaron starts the exercise, he's going to do a push-up on the right side, pass the ball to the left side, and then perform a repetition on the left side. He's going to go ahead and do this 12 times on each side. All right, Aaron's going to be performing a hand walk push-up. So Aaron's going to go ahead and set out 4 weights, usually 2.5 or 5 pound plates. They'll be spaced out about 2 feet. He's going to start on the end, and he's going to go ahead and perform 2 push-ups, and then go 1 push-up, 1 push-up, 1 push-up, and 2 push-ups, and then move back through 1, 1, 1, 2. Going there and back would be 12 push-ups. To make this exercise more difficult, you can go ahead and do 2 rounds at once. So go there and back and there and back. Right, this is going to be a ball push-up. It's a modification to our regular push-up. It's a little bit harder. Instead of having Aaron's feet on the floor, his feet are going to be on a ball, which is unstable. His arms are still going to be in the same position, shoulder width apart. He's going to have that nice flat body position with that pelvis tucked. And he's going to go ahead and bring his chest to the ground, maintaining that flat position. This is a little bit harder exercise, so we're probably only going to do 12 to 15 repetitions here, depending on the workout. Aaron's going to be performing the plyometric push-up. He's going to start in his base position, arms down, feet down for 4 points of contact. He's going to have nice tucked pelvis and a nice flat body position. This is going to be an explosive push-up, so as Aaron goes down, he's going to go ahead and throw himself up off the ground, losing all 4 points of contact and getting off the ground. Aaron's going to go ahead and catch himself with his hands and then spring back up immediately. We'll go ahead and do 3 sets of 12 repetitions. All right, Aaron's going to go ahead and do a cable push. It's actually a chest exercise. It's a great exercise for baseball players because it allows free movement of the shoulder blade in the shoulder. It doesn't put a lot of stress on that shoulder joint. So Aaron's going to go ahead and be in a lunge position. He's going to bring his left knee as close to the ground as he can, and he's going to use his left arm to push. He's going to have his right arm out in front for a counter movement, and he's going to go ahead and push his body, his left arm straight out to extension, while maintaining that nice tucked pelvis position here and pushing his stomach out. He wants to go ahead and stabilize, keeping that right heel down and the left toe down, really using the ground. He'll do 3 sets of 12 repetitions on each side. Aaron's going to go ahead and do a dumbbell lateral raise. He's going to have his feet shoulder width apart. He's going to have the dumbbells resting at his sides and have his head facing either over or slightly down. He's going to go ahead and move the weights up to the side at a 90-degree angle and then bring them back down again. He wants to maintain a good body posture, tucking his pelvis as much as he can, and try not to use his neck too much. So he's going to just try to relax these muscles and just use his shoulder muscles here. He'll do 3 sets of 12 repetitions. This exercise is going to be skull crushers. Aaron's going to hold the bar up over his nose. He's going to have his hands on this cambered bar where the big bend is. He's going to go ahead and bring his arms at a 90-degree angle down. The bar is going to come down to his forehead, and then he'll bring it back up. He wants to try to maintain the stability through his shoulders and elbows and not move them, just move his forearms down and up. He'll do 3 sets of 12 repetitions. All right, Aaron's going to go ahead and do a one-arm dumbbell row. He's going to go ahead and do it on a bench. He's going to have his right arm down on the bench, right knee on the bench, and then left leg out. The left arm is going to be the working muscle here. He's going to go ahead and pull his arm up, trying to keep it close to his side, and then go ahead and come down with a full extension. So he wants to make sure he gets a full range of motion there. He's going to go ahead and do 3 sets of 12 repetitions on each side. Okay, now Aaron's going to go ahead and stand up, and he's also going to do it without a bench. So sometimes it'll say in your workout program, no bench. And what that's going to be is just in free space here. He's going to maintain his tuck, keep the dumbbell just inside his knee, and he's going to pull his elbow up along his side and then get a full extension all the way down. He's going to perform 3 sets of 12 repetitions on each side for this exercise as well. This is going to be the cable pull. It's the opposite of the cable push that we performed earlier in the workout. He's going to be in a lunge position. Right knee is going to be to the ground. He's going to go ahead and hold the cable with his right arm, and then he's going to go ahead and pull it back to a bent position. The front arm will come forward. He's going to keep a nice tucked position here and a nice solid core, pushing his stomach out. He also wants to make sure that his left heel pushes through the ground. He'll go ahead and do 3 sets of 12 repetitions on each side. Okay, this is going to be the warrior cable pull. It's just a slight alteration to the normal cable pull that we do. It's taken from a yoga position. Aaron's going to go ahead and have his feet perpendicular to each other, 90 degrees. He's going to kind of sink into that back hip, in this case his right hip. He'll have his left leg straight ahead. As he pulls his right arm in, he's going to get a slight twist and maintain that tucked position and that strong core while pushing his stomach out. So he'll get that rotational component in there. He'll do 3 sets of 12 repetitions on each side. All right, this is going to be the rope row. Aaron's going to have his heels in the ground about shoulder width apart. He's going to have that nice tuck. You can see that nice rounded back right here. He's going to be pushing his stomach out. He's just going to grab the rope, pull the elbows into the side of the body, maintaining that tuck position and pushing his stomach out. He also wants to make sure that his heels maintain contact with the ground. You're going to have the tendency to want to fall forward. So we'll go ahead and do 3 sets of 12 repetitions. Probably can use a pretty heavy weight for this exercise. All right, this exercise is going to be called the lat pull down. It's called the lat pull down because the back muscle here that we're using is called the latissimus dorsi. Okay, Aaron's going to go ahead and put his knees underneath this pad. It should be set so that it's comfortable but provides some support so that he can pull against it. He's going to have the bar out. He's going to go ahead and hold out wide outside probably 45 degrees. He's going to pull it down to his chest in front, not behind the head, as so often is taught. And he's just going to maintain that nice neutral position here. He probably won't have a tuck, but he'll be in a nice neutral position. And whatever position he pulls down in, he just needs to maintain it. If you're more upright, stay upright. If you're more bent, stay bent, but do not change position. So Aaron's doing a really good job here of stabilizing as he's pulling it to his chest. A good rule of thumb here is if you can't pull it to your chest, it's probably a little bit too heavy. He'll do 3 sets of 12 repetitions on this exercise. This exercise is called Kolar Cable Row. It's named after a guy with the last name Kolar. It's going to be a back exercise. And what Aaron's going to do is he's going to go ahead and have his left elbow down on the ground and his left leg sideways down on the ground with his right leg across in a 90-degree position. He's going to have the cable at the bottom position with a full extension. He's going to push himself into a modified side plank. So he wants to have that nice space between his left oblique and the floor. And then he's going to go ahead and pull his right arm in and get a full extension all the way out. He's going to work that right lat. He wants to make sure that this knee stays in that proper 90-degree position, and he stays in that modified side plank. He'll do 3 sets of 12 repetitions on each side. All right, Aaron's got on the pull-up bar here. He's gripped out wide. He wants to make sure he starts from a full hang. This is a great back exercise and body weight exercise. He can either cross his legs or have his legs side by side. All Aaron's going to do is he's going to pull up his body, get his chin above the bar, and then go ahead and get a full extension. It's very important that Aaron gets a full extension. Now this pull-up variety would be called a wide grip pull-up. Aaron's pretty wide with his arms. He could also do a neutral grip pull-up, which would be with his hands turned sideways and in. It's a much easier variety of pull-up, not a bad starting point for a beginner. Same thing, you want to make sure you get full extension. Pull yourself up above the bar and then back down. And if possible, we want to do 3 sets of 12 repetitions here. If you need a partner to help you by spotting you, you can go ahead and grab their legs and go ahead and help. All right, Aaron's going to go ahead and do a different pull-up variety here. This is called an inverted pull-up. Aaron's in the inverted position. His feet are going to be stretched out as far as they can be. He'll be in a flat position. He'll have his arms a little bit wider than shoulder width. He's going to have his body off the ground and his back and body nice and flat. He doesn't want to go ahead and arch his back, which would be cheating here, or he doesn't want to sag the other way. And then he's just going to go ahead and pull his chest up to the bar, maintaining his heels on the floor and getting his chest all the way to the bar there. All right, if you want to make this harder, you can go ahead and have your partner grab your legs and then go ahead and pull your chest up to the bar. This will make this exercise even more difficult than it already is. All right, Aaron's going to be doing the TRX Inverted Pull Up here. Aaron's going to be using the TRX as we mentioned earlier. He's going to grab the straps and then he's going to go ahead and pull himself up. So he's going to grab his chest and get his chest up to the level of the TRX. Okay, we'll go ahead and do 3 sets of 12 repetitions, maintaining that flat body position, pushing his stomach out, and maintaining that nice tuck. Okay, to make it harder, you can have a partner go ahead and grab Aaron's feet. He wants to stay nice and flat, not sag in the middle, and pull his chest up to the level of the TRX straps. All right, Aaron's going to go ahead and perform a bent over row. He's going to have his feet shoulder width apart. He's going to grab the bar a little bit wider than shoulder width as well. He's going to have that nice tucked back position, pushing his stomach out and his heels flat on the floor. He's going to push through those heels. Aaron's then going to pull the bar up to his chest, maintaining that nice tucked position and tight core. He'll do 3 sets of 12 repetitions.